Ben Affleck is setting the record straight on his relationship with his ex-wife Jennifer Garner. The Gone Girl star admits that he and Jennifer have maintained a more than amicable relationship in the years since their 2018 divorce.
We need to talk about what's happening with Ben Affleck right now because this situation is getting messier by the day. Not only is his divorce from Jennifer Lopez still fresh, but now there's mounting evidence that he might be trying to rekindle things with his ex-wife Jennifer Garner, despite the fact that she's been in a relationship since 2018. Let me break down what's really happening here, because the signs are becoming impossible to ignore. Just last week, Ben and Jennifer Garner were spotted at a paintball park with their children, and the footage is actually wild. In the video, you can clearly see them getting unusually close. She's about to shoot, and he's practically hovering over her.
And I had to do this follow-up because he's finally opening up about it all the drama during that period. He has a new movie out, The Accountant 2, which, by the way, The Accountant 1 I rewatched. It's a lot better than I remembered. I highly recommend. It's a good thriller that Ben Affleck did, and I'm happy to see him come back and do a sequel.
Their body language is speaking volumes. This isn't just friendly co-parenting, folks. This is something more, and sources close to Ben are confirming what we're all seeing. But wait, because it gets even better. The paintball incident isn't isolated. Ben and Jennifer Garner have been spotted together multiple times in recent weeks, always looking suspiciously comfortable with each other. They've been photographed at school events, coffee runs, and even casual dinners that don't involve their children. For two people who are supposedly just co-parents, they're spending an awful lot of time together. According to multiple sources who spoke exclusively to Daily Mail, Ben's friends truly believe that if Jen and John split, he would get back together with her in a heartbeat. That's right, Ben has apparently been telling friends that if he had a time machine and could bring the guy he is today to the marriage he had with Jen back then, they'd probably still be together.
I mean, I still think I want to do a proper musical. I've never done that on screen. That could be a lot of fun. I've toyed with the idea of directing.
This isn't speculation. This is coming directly from people in Ben's inner circle. And it gets even more interesting when you look at his pattern of behavior with exes. One source close to Ben revealed that he's been calling Jennifer Garner late at night, supposedly to discuss co-parenting issues that could easily wait until morning. He's finding any excuse to reach out to her, the insider claimed. It's becoming obvious to everyone around them that he's trying to work his way back into her life in a more significant way. Even more telling is how Ben reportedly reacts when Jennifer's boyfriend John Miller is mentioned. He gets visibly uncomfortable, said another source. He'll change the subject or suddenly need to take a call. It's like he can't stand the reminder that she's with someone else. In a resurfaced Playboy interview from 1999, Ben actually admitted to his problematic behavior in relationships.
As Ben, who shares kids Violet, Serafina, and Samuel with Jennifer, told GQ in an interview published March 25th, quote, "I'm really lucky that I have a really good co-parent and partner in Jennifer Garner, the kid's mom, who's wonderful and great, and we work together well."
When asked if his former girlfriends were generally upset with him, he said, "Mostly, yeah, probably justifiably so." He went on to explain, "I end up wanting to be out of the relationship during the course of the relationship. Instead of saying, look, don't do that, please don't act this way. I go along with it until I just don't want to be in the relationship at all." Sound familiar? Because this is exactly what Jennifer Lopez described happening in their marriage. Ben just started moving his stuff out while she was in New York, and when she returned, he had essentially ghosted her. What's particularly fascinating is that Ben seems to have a pattern of returning to exes when he's feeling vulnerable. Remember when he and Jennifer Lopez rekindled their relationship in 2021? That happened shortly after his split from Ana de Armas.
Jennifer Garner has been spotted for the first time since ex-Ben Affleck made a loving remark about what a great partner she is when she spoke to GQ earlier this week.
Now, fresh off his divorce from JLo, he's gravitating back toward Jennifer Garner. It's like he can't stand being alone and immediately seeks comfort from women who already know him. Have you noticed that Ben started getting extra cozy with Jennifer Garner right around the time JLo announced she was ready to date again? That's not a coincidence, folks. According to sources close to the situation, Ben was visibly stressed when he heard JLo was moving on. He's looking tense, he's stressed out while she is ready to date again, one insider revealed. Ben doesn't handle rejection well, and even though he initiated the split, seeing JLo potentially with someone else is driving him crazy. This explains why he's suddenly showing up at Jennifer Garner's house more frequently, calling her for co-parenting advice, and arranging these very public outings where they just happen to look like a couple again. It's classic Ben. When one relationship ends, he immediately seeks validation from someone who already knows him. According to sources who spoke to Page Six, Jennifer Lopez is furious over the cozy photos of Affleck and Garner.
Because that's really what made me want to be an entertainer to begin with, was watching musicals with my mom when I was little. Singing, acting, dancing, that's why I do all three. And so that would be a nice thing.
The speculation about them rekindling their romance is completely messing with her head. Despite this, J.Lo has reportedly told everyone around her not to trash Ben publicly. She's keeping it together publicly, but she's told everyone around her not to trash Ben. She doesn't want to get down in the dirt with him. What's fascinating is that behind the scenes, the two Jennifers have actually bonded over their shared experiences with Ben. Sources say they both describe him as the diva, who love bombs and gets bored and then leaves. The dirty secret is that he's the diva, one insider revealed. He's the one that likes attention and calls paparazzi and manipulates women. He loves bombs, and once he's got you, he gets bored and then leaves. J.Lo is reportedly focusing on her career to distract herself from the drama. She's currently filming a romantic comedy called Office Romance with Ted Lasso actor Brett Goldstein, who has previously admitted to having a crush on her. A source close to the production says, "He's one hot ticket with a real class act with talent to back it up. He not only acts, but he writes amazing scripts. He's like the younger, better, British version of Ben Affleck." The source added, "It'll be a reminder to Ben that she is still hot property in Hollywood. She's 55 and still a box office dynamo. This will just be another reminder of that." Right in the middle of all this drama, an interesting story suddenly resurfaced about Ben and J.Lo taking their children to Costa Rica last year.
Okay, we're not doing that.
No, estaban cerrados.
Thank you so much,
No hay
guys. Really
preguntas.
appreciate it. Thank you. Thank
No
you.
estamos tomando
You know
preguntas.
better than that.
The timing of this story coming back into the spotlight is suspicious, to say the least. According to sources, after 5 years of keeping their children completely hidden from the public eye, they're now pushing this year-old story about how they took Archie and Lilibet to Costa Rica. And the timing? Come on, right when everyone's criticizing their relationship, suddenly there are all these stories about what great parents they were together. It's giving very much please like me energy, one insider noted. They're trying to shift the narrative from their failing marriage to how they were once this happy blended family on vacation. What's particularly interesting is that neither Ben nor J.Lo has addressed this Costa Rica trip publicly. It's all coming from sources close to the couple, which makes you wonder who's really behind this strategic leak. Is it J.Lo trying to remind Ben of what he's lost? Or is it Ben trying to rewrite history? While all this is happening, Jennifer Garner's boyfriend John Miller is caught in the middle. They've been together since 2018, but sources say he's not thrilled about how much time the exes spend with each other. One insider revealed, "Does it bother John when he sees Ben and Jen being touchy? Sure, it would get to anyone, but this is nothing new. Ben and Jen have a unique relationship, especially for exes." Interestingly, John was recently spotted hanging out with his own ex-wife, Caroline Campbell. It seems like everyone in this situation is revisiting their past relationships. At Jennifer Garner's home, her boyfriend has been waiting around while she's been going on these dates with Ben Affleck, and it seems like it's starting to bother her boyfriend, another source claimed. Can you blame him? Imagine watching your girlfriend of 6 years constantly prioritizing her ex-husband. Despite the awkward situation, John reportedly drives Jennifer to set in the morning and spends a lot of time at her house.
We used to have a thing, my ex-wife and I, when they would see something on a supermarket stand, we would say, well, you know this isn't always true because if it were, you would have 15 brothers or sisters or whatever the number of stories is where they said that your mom was pregnant.
He's trying to be understanding, said one friend, but there's only so much a person can take when their partner's ex is constantly in the picture. Last month, Jennifer Garner was spotted with a diamond ring on her left ring finger, prompting speculation that she and John had gotten engaged. But then came the paintball PDA with Ben, and suddenly everyone's questioning the status of her relationship with John. What's truly heartbreaking about this situation is how the children are being affected. Between Ben and Jennifer Garner, they share 3 children, Violet, Serafina, and Samuel. Ben and J.Lo's blended family included her twins, Max and Emmy. Sources say the children were just starting to adjust to their blended family situation when Ben and J.Lo split. Now, they're witnessing their father potentially trying to reunite with their mother, which is creating confusion and false hope. The kids have always wanted their parents back together, one source claimed. When Ben started spending more time at Jen's house, they naturally got excited, but Jen is trying to be careful not to give them false expectations. This is particularly complicated for Jennifer Garner, who has to balance maintaining a healthy co-parenting relationship with Ben while also respecting her current relationship with John Miller. Looking back at their relationship, the signs of trouble were evident from the beginning. Remember that documentary J.Lo made about their relationship? The one Ben clearly didn't want her to make? In one telling clip, J.Lo says, "He's not very comfortable with me doing all of this, but he loves me, he knows I'm an artist, and he's going to support me in every way he can because he knows he can't stop me from making the music I made." Meanwhile, Ben is sitting there looking completely uncomfortable, saying, "I had always felt are sacred and special because, in part, they're private. So this was something of an adjustment for me." Another clip shows Ben looking visibly annoyed when J.Lo tries to include him in her narrative. "This isn't about me and you, Bobby," he says, using his nickname for her.
Feel like you have a partner, you know what I mean? Somebody standing by your side who supports you and is your best friend.
Nothing has changed.
Isn't that so?
I say the same thing now.
But you feel that way about him now.
I do.
Take that out. It's clear he wanted to keep their relationship private, while J.Lo wanted to share it with the world. What's happening between Ben, Jennifer Garner, and J.Lo isn't unique in Hollywood. We've seen this pattern before. Celebrities often maintain unusually close relationships with their exes, creating these complex dynamics that blur the lines between friendship, co-parenting, and romance. In Hollywood, your ex is never really your ex, one industry insider explained. You're always going to run into them at events, work with them on projects, or share mutual friends. It creates this environment where relationships never fully end. This might explain why Ben feels comfortable pursuing Jennifer Garner despite her long-term relationship with John Miller. In his mind, their connection never truly ended. It was just on pause. Despite all the attention from Ben, sources close to Jennifer Garner insist she's not interested in rekindling their romance. She would rather be in a healthy co-parenting relationship now, one friend revealed. She's seen this pattern from Ben before. He gets lonely, he reaches out, he becomes intensely involved, and then he pulls away again. She's not willing to put herself through that emotional roller coaster again. Jennifer Garner has reportedly told friends that while she'll always care for Ben as the father of her children, she's moved on romantically. Her relationship with John Miller is described as stable, mature, and drama-free. Everything her marriage to Ben wasn't. The big question now is, what's Ben's endgame here? Is he genuinely trying to win back Jennifer Garner, or is this just his way of coping with his failed marriage to J.Lo? One source even claimed, "I hate to say it, but I could see J.Lo taking him back for a third time. That would be truly wild considering everything that's happened." Their connection has always been intense, the source explained. They've broken up twice and found their way back to each other. I wouldn't rule out a third reconciliation, especially if Ben's attempts with Jennifer Garner don't work out. This would truly be the plot twist no one saw coming. Ben trying to win back Jennifer Garner only to end up back with J.Lo in the end? It sounds like something straight out of a Hollywood movie. But for now, the drama continues. Ben is spending time with Jennifer Garner, J.Lo is filming with Brett Goldstein, and poor John Miller is caught in the middle of it all. Let me know what you think in the comments. Do you believe Ben is trying to win back Jennifer Garner? Is J.Lo better off without him? And what about poor John Miller stuck in the middle of all this drama? Don't forget to like and subscribe for more celebrity deep dives like this one.